Hey, what do YouTube? This is your boy Dieakas, and I'm here to give my review of SummerSlam 2016. I'll wait to give a final score at the end of the video review. Alright, let's just go ahead and get into it. We had 3 pre-show matches. First match was the same match they had on fucking SmackDown, a 12-man tag, which had the same result, so whatever. It was American Alpha, the Hype Bros, and the Usos versus Breezango, the Ascension, and the Vaudevillains, and it pretty much had the same outcome. So yeah, there's that. Next match is the tag team of Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys. Sami Zayn and Neville went over on the Dudley Boys, so I guess the Dudley Boys are just enhancement talent. Well, they've been enhancement talent for a while now, so yeah. The third match on the pre-show was Sheamus and Cesaro. Well, Sheamus versus Cesaro. And like a lot of outlets I've watched, they predicted it correctly. Sheamus did go over on the first match. In the first match. It was a really good match. A really good pre-show match. The best one I've seen. Best one on the card. That match could have been on the pay-per-view instead of some other shit. Let's go to the main card now. First match is Jeri-KO, or I just like to call him Jeri-KO, versus Enzo and Cass. Enzo and Cass come out. They cut this big, huge promo, and I saw a trend. I saw a crazy trend with this. Whoever had video docs on WWE's YouTube channel pretty much lost, and this begins this case. Enzo and Cass cut this beautiful promo on New York, and they pretty much just pandering to NYC. That's their backyard or whatever. And then Jeri-KO come out. The match begins. A pretty good back and forth match until the end, where it was a pretty cool finishing move. I don't know what they're gonna call it. I like to call it the pop-up code breaker. Like Kevin Owens pops up and Enzo and fucking Jeri-KO comes down with a code breaker. Pretty good move. But I think the wrong people went over in this match. I mean, it's a good way to establish Jeri-KO, but if you have a city full of New Yorkers, you really let them down. You really took the steam out of their sails by having the heels go over the homegrown talent. Let's just say that. Alright, next match is Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for the Women's Championship. This is another really good match. It was a really scary spot early in the match. I think somebody botched a move in the corner, which is, I don't know why these girls love going in the corner, but shit, it every time it sort of scares me. Ever since that crazy Bayley Steiner off the top rope, and I forgot which takeover it was, I've been sort of wary of when women go into the corner. And then there was that incident with Charlotte and Nikki Bella. That was crazy. That was crazy too. But I think they finally had a crazy botch in the corner, and I think Sasha hurt her back on it. As a matter of fact, Sasha dropped the belt to Charlotte, so yeah, there's that. They made Charlotte, not Charlotte, but Sasha a transitional champion. She only held the belt for like 3 or 4 weeks, and Charlotte got it right back. Yeah, it's really good booking, WWE. Really good booking on your part. Good job. On the flip side of it, though, it does strengthen the rivalry that's to come or whatever. So are they just making way for Bayley to come in and do whatever? Also, it proves Charlotte can get it done on her own without Dana Brooke. So there's that too. So I guess they booked the right decision. It really took the wind out of the sails of the crowd further when Charlotte won. I mean, they were cheering like, yeah, she got her in the bank statement. Oh, boo, she got pinned. And it's really like a rookie mistake, you know. You get too overzealous with a submission, and then you get pinned because of it. Next match is The Miz versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. A lot of people are really mad at this result. I say Apollo Crews needs more. He needs more character development because he has the blandest character. He doesn't have a character, and that's the problem with Apollo Crews. He got called up too early. He had no time to develop a character. He's just a smiling, happy guy that's happy to be there. I mean, you should have got over that shit in NXT. Well, at least he had a spot on SummerSlam. That's all I can say. And the Miz is already an established person, even though I'm tired of him having this damn belt. But then again, it's hypocritical for me to say this shit when it said, oh, they're passing around the Intercontinental Championship like, I don't know, a ring rat or something. It's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Yeah, you give, if Apollo Crews would have won, yeah, he has his first title. But then again, they're passing around the belt like, you know, the collection play at church. But Miz does win with the skull crushing finale. The match was the shortest match of the night, as a matter of fact. It was less than 6 minutes. That's crazy. Possibly match of the night, match of the year was AJ Styles versus John Cena. A lot of good back and forth action. AJ does get the win after hitting a phenomenal form preceded by a Styles Clash. John Cena showed some pretty good offense too. He did a sunset flip powerbomb. He did a fall away slam into a cutter. He did a lot of cool shit. He pretty much brought out everything in his arsenal. And I think the announcers pointed out something really good too. They said this is what John Cena is like. It's like fighting John Cena versus a lot of other people, and he just saw this shit. I mean, AJ Styles just kept coming. He did not stop. He beat up John Cena and he got the Duke. So that's good on him. One more thing about the John Cena match. He did leave his armband in the middle of the ring, so that signifies he's leaving for a while. Also, AJ Styles winning, it solidifies AJ Styles as one of the top guys, as one of the faces that run the place. He actually came out on top in a feud against Cena. So let's see how WWE either uses this or just fucks this shit up. All right. Next match is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Club, versus the New Day. Jon Stewart pretty much comes out. The crowd does not like this shit. He does say some pretty funny things about tucking his shirt in so you don't see old man belly, which is pretty funny. And then that came into play later on in the match. The New Day, it was a decent match. It was a decent match for the time they had. A lot of people saying the New Day is starting to get stale, and they sort of are. And Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson with the doctor gimmick is pretty funny too. But we'll get to that anyway. Get to that near the end. Pretty decent match when it seemed like Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson were about to pick up the win. Jon Stewart comes in the ring. He distracts them and keeps on distracting them. Then they decide they're going to try to figure out, they're going to give ring post-itis to Jon Stewart, which is pretty funny. So he ends up tucking it in his shirt. And they're about to drag it in the ring. And here comes Big E just beating it. He just comes down with a head of steam and just beat the shit out of everybody. And one of the most nastiest things I have ever seen. He took the jar of formaldehyde or whatever the hell they keep this shit, and he took a sip out of it. I was like, oh, that's disgusting, bro. Oh. Yeah. Next match is Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE World Championship. That was an okay match. Dean Ambrose was acting like a dick the entire time. I mean, he was a complete dick. I will say he's healed. It was like the young champion versus the older veteran or whatever, and the newer champion was like saying, "Your time is up, pretty much up, old man. You know, you have no chance in hell." So I do see this rivalry carrying on, maybe 2 or 3 more programs, 2 or 3 more months, and then Ambrose finding a new opponent or something like that. But this match is okay at best. Next match was Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Eva Marie. Everybody comes to the ring except for Eva Marie, and then they make up some shit. We all know the bitch did Adderall, so whatever, who cares? So they have a replacement, and the replacement is Nikki Bella of all people. Like, whoa, Nikki. I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's recovered from her neck injury. She gets the win with the TKO over Carmella, which is another crazy thing. This is another way WWE has shit on New York, because isn't Carmella, her character's built from New York or whatever, so they just shit on New York again. So, but whatever, who cares? In WWE, they do whatever the fuck they want. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. So Seth Rollins comes out, then Finn Balor has his epic ass demon entrance. At first, Finn was just dominating Seth. He pretty much just kicks it into high gear and starts hitting move after move after move. He does hit the pedigree, the shovel or whatever. Finn kicks out it too. And then pretty much just starts the descent of Demon straight up coming out. Multiple drop kicks in the corner, then the coup de grace. And Finn Balor is your first WWE Universal Champion. Now let me talk about this damn belt. They could have did so many fucking designs on this fucking belt. And they choose the most simple. It's pretty much like the WWE. It's like the Women's Championship with a red strap. What in the hell? You could have chose all kinds of crazy designs. I'm talking about it could have looked. They could have went back and they could have had like a wing eagle or like a huge globe with a WWE symbol etched into it or something. Or they could have had all the planets in the Milky Way galaxy or whatever, or in the solar system, had it ring around the belt with Earth in the center and the WWE symbol in the middle. Or they could have had. Hell, I would even taken a belt with WWE written across it. It went with the same damn design that was on. That's pretty much on all the belts. There's really no point to this brand split. This belt looks like shit. It's like saying, "Hey, bruh, I want you to make me a towel belt, and I want you to put sriracha all over. Hey, man, how much sriracha you want? Man, fuck that shit up with sriracha. Hey, nigga, say no more." That's what that shit was. It is a horrible design. The crowd didn't like it. I know. The Real Wrestling Crew, they did not like that belt. It was so original. And if you can't feel the sarcasm in my voice, you have fucking problems. They could have went with so many other designs other than that. Could have brought back the Winged Eagle, like have a new remixed version of Winged Eagle or something. Hell, they could have brought back John Cena's belt. I wouldn't give a crap. Anything but that piece of shit. Belt is garbage. It does look good on Finn because it matches his character. A person like Seth Rollins or fucking Kevin Owens having that belt, that is an ugly ass belt. Enough of my vitriol towards that belt. Let's move on. The next match was Rusev with Lana versus Roman Reigns. Match didn't even get fucking started. They just beat the living shit out of each other on the outside of the ring. Roman finally gets the upper hand. He probably hit Rusev with a spear. And fucking, I think he cracked a rib or some shit. Roman Reigns went away. He came right back and hit him with another spear. Whitey pointed out had a good point. Yeah, and he's the heel? Yeah. Was it the concept? It was one of those two guys. Yeah, Roman Reigns really looked like a heel in there. Like, and Rusev looked like the babyface United States champion, even though he bashes the United States. Really weird what they're doing to Roman. But that's what Adderall does to you. Get good, too fast. Main event was Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Randy Orton. Well, this was a drag-out fight. It was pretty much one side the entire time. Brock Lesnar just suplex after suplex after suplex on Randy Orton. And Randy Orton did hit an RKO. He did hit an RKO on the outside on the table when it was like 7 suplexes in or some shit like that. And an F5. I think the match really broke down when Randy Orton tried to go for the punt and send Brock Lesnar home. Nah, Brock Lesnar wasn't having that. And he just pretty much grounded. He took off his I think his glove, and just started beating the shit out of him, elbowing him in the head. And then Randy Orton got this huge laceration on his head. I mean, it was nasty. The blood was just nasty. It was dark. It was just dripping from his head. Referee tried to stop the match. Well, he didn't try to stop the match. He put on his gloves and look examining him or whatever. The referee didn't even stop the match. The medical doctor stopped the match. And it was just disgusting. And then over and over, Brock Lesnar came back, kept on going for more. Even after the decision was made, kept on going back for more. Shane McMahon comes out and trying to get to check on Randy Orton. Brock Lesnar says, "No, you ain't checking on him. Screw that." Nails fucking Shane McMahon with an F5. Paul Heyman's like, "What did you do? What did you do?" And that's how SummerSlam goes off the air. Shane McMahon sitting there holding his gut. Randy Orton in the corner, being tended to by the doctors, and Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman looking back as they ascend up the ramp. Okay, let's talk about a score. Everybody knows I usually do, you say it, reserve Dieakas math for real wrestling. So if I had to give this card a score, I'd probably say, and this is a placeholder score for now, an 8.3. And that may change. I mean, I may say 8.3 now. Real wrestling, it's going to be something else. Maybe I'll see something else that I missed. But that's it. Real wrestling, it will be recorded later on this week because a lot of scheduling conflicts, mainly with me. So stay tuned for a new episode of Real Wrestling coming out later this week. And as always, peace.